Greetings, friends and neighbors. In this episode, we investigate a semi-ghost town along the Sacramento River that was never a mining town, but for 100 years, it struggled to survive. Will it survive 2020? Find out in this exciting episode of Ghost Town PI.
There are places that were once full of life, but now only intense energy remains. We are on the way. Ghost Town PI. The Locke Historic District is right next to the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta. This 10-acre town was built approximately 1 mile north of Walnut Grove between 1893 and 1915. The village of Lockport began where the Sacramento Valley Railway and Union Pacific Railroads merged and was deeded on July 6, 1883 to founder George W. Locke. Long before the railroads in the town, this delta swampland was home to Native American Miwok and Maidu tribes for hundreds of years, and tribal burial grounds exist here. The original Lockport two-story wood buildings were built for approximately $800 each by lead carpenter Cleveland Hill. These first buildings had no foundations, and 100 years has caused many of them to lean over dramatically, warping their walls and floors. In 1912, 3 Chinese merchants contracted tradesmen to construct 3 buildings. Chan Tin Sin built the first building, which was a combination dry goods store and saloon. Yoon Lei Sing built a gambling hall, and Ah Wang Wing Chung built the Lakeport Hotel and restaurant. Soon after, the Canton Hotel was built, along with several other buildings, one of which later became a bordello, for a total of 7 structures. The merchants hoped to provide a destination for riverboats and train passengers, but the idea never became reality due to the discrimination against Chinese during those times. One of the first homes built provided shelter for Chan Tin Sin's cousin and his family to escape the discriminatory acts and violence in San Francisco Chinatown. On October 7, 1915, the Chinatown in nearby Walnut Grove was destroyed by an accidental fire, which led to the residents moving into neighboring areas. Many Chinese immigrants were facing serious discrimination in the major cities, so they decided to create a town of their own. The land was leased from George Locke, as California law at the time forbade the selling of farmland to Asian immigrants. Changing the name from Lockport to Locke, the Main Street section was settled and established by a group headed by Chinese-American businessman Li Bing. As the town began to grow, so did its reputation as a place for unauthorized entertainment, giving it the nickname California's Monte Carlo. At its high point, there were as many as 1,000 to 1,500 Chinese people living in Locke, with 5 gambling halls, 5 brothels, and several speakeasies and opium dens. Because of the difficult labor and social conditions fostered by legislation such as the Chinese Exclusion Act, a community garden existed in the back to maintain cultural relevancy by growing Chinese cabbage, snow peas, leafy vegetables, winter melon, and tomatoes. There was also a special oven to make roast pigs on Sundays. Ironically, the current population of Locke is mostly white, and the population of descendants of the town's original Chinese settlers is just a handful. Upon arriving in Locke, we started our investigation right away. So here we are, coming into Locke, California. It's kind of busy on the highway out here. But here is the main part. Wow, it got nice and quiet. There's a main area, and here's a cool... I wonder what happened on these stairs. At this point, I was inspired to do an EVP on the stairs. Let's see what happens. Action. I'm turning on my EVP player. I'm gonna see if there's any ghosts down these creepy stairs. See if I can catch anything. Alright, here we go. Hello, I'm walking down your stairs. Are there any ghosts here currently? What about here? Are you angry that your door got blocked? How about your buildings falling down? Doesn't that make you angry? If so, let me know. Speak into this. If you have anything to say to me, now's the time. Speak into my device. I hear music. Do you hear music? We soon discovered that a pandemic can turn a semi-ghost town into an actual ghost town. Alright, that's right. We came to the Locke Chinese School Museum, and it seems that we have to have a face mask, but it's closed. So we won't be going in.
The door's open in there.
Here we are, coming up to the Chinese cultural shop. Another looks like it looks like this one's also closed. What's it look like on the inside? Here we are approaching the boarding house. This is a California state park. But I don't think it's open.
Does that mean we get to stay for free?
Visitor hours, Friday, noon to 4, but not today. Oh, there it is. The park is temporarily closed. So we will not be going into here either. This is why ghost investigations are very tough during 2020. I came here specifically to get their famous steak dinners and excellent cocktails. But it even looks like even Al's place. Oh, look at this. They don't even...
They're not open till 3.
They open at 3, so we might be able to still get a steak and a cocktail. And a little
No
COVID.
burnouts. Oh, that's for motorcycles.
Alright, there's a museum up ahead.
All orders are to go.
You know, there used to be, so what happened in the 50s, 40s, 50s, well, even 20s, like they had during the Prohibition, they had speakeasies here, and they had a lot of gambling places and other fun stuff. So, of course, bikers are going to start showing up and using these facilities. Among other people, not just bikers. Everybody loves a little cocktail and steak.
That's to go. That's not what I'm looking for. You have to sit in the car and eat a steak.
Right. Can we get that to go, please? Oh, the crooked door.
That's fall open.
Okay. So this is one of the places, I know, it's a gambling house museum that actually they've left to look like it did. You step through this door and it looks like you're in an old gambling house. But it looks like we won't be going in here either. And what do these hours say? They say, COVID has shut down everything. All right. Alright, so it looks like the Locke B&B is also closed. They have good ice cream here, supposedly. Look at that.
PB&J with bacon.
Oh my goodness. I guess we won't be having ghost ice cream either. Oh. Nope, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. How about where you can see it? Yeah. You see it? There's nothing.
Relax on me.
And that wraps up our investigation of Locke, California. Obviously, we're going to have to come back and give it a proper go. But until then... Hey, what's happening? Are these the credits? Are you rolling the credits right in the middle of my epilogue? How rude! Oh no. Big ghost.
We came on a weekday, but it looks like they're not open. However, they're still very festive, and I'm not sure if this is a ghost or if there's a ghost in there, but I'm going to find out. Let's find out together, shall we? Ghost, are you in there? All right, that's enough.